What is going on? My phone died in the middle of the night last night, so I did not wake up at 6 because I woke up and my phone was dead. It was 9, so that's all right though. I feel like I typically feel guilty about that, like not waking up at the time that I set, but it's good for recovery too, so whatever. Those things happen. I'm having some lunch right now. Tomorrow I am. It is the season finale. I'm recording the season finale of the podcast, season 2. Well, there's 2. I'm actually having 2 finales, if that makes sense. I'm having Evan Carmichael, who's going to be our big send-off guest, which is exciting. He's trying to end it with a bang. And then Grant's going to come over later in the day, and we're going to do our standard wrap-up finale episode. There's a lot to do in between then. I have to research him, and then I have to research a guest for my client, because they also have a podcast tomorrow that I also have to attend. So tomorrow's going to be full of podcasting. And I also got to give feedback on the last episode that just went out for our client that Grant edited and mixed and stuff. Because, I heard a quote today while listening to a podcast that Evan Carmichael's in with one of my friends and former guest, Kevin Palomeri. I'll link to his episode with me. But Evan said, if you can find someone who can push you out of love, you hold on to them. So I'm trying to be extra intentional right now with getting that feedback to him because, if I don't give him feedback, who's going to give him feedback, So that stuff's important for growth. What else we got? I'm going to do some soup right now, and then I'm going to work out at 4. So that's in 2 hours. So hour of work, maybe 30 minutes, an hour of lunch, and go from there. There's so much still left to learn. There's another idea and concept out there that if you're not making $1 million a year, the expense on not making $1 million is like $1 million minus whatever you're making. So let's say you make $100K a year, it costs you $900,000 and what you don't know to make $1 million. And I think that's true. So just forever going forward. I do think, I mean, there's a lot of different mindsets out there. I think some people are like, I just want to keep doing it because I love it. And I do want to keep doing these things because I love these things. But I also want to ball out. I think it's important to have money in the hands of the right people because you can do so much with it, so much good. So I definitely don't want to be shy in that regard. By the end of this year, I'm hoping to hit the 7-figure mark. I'm not close to it, but I have 6 months to do it. So is that an unreasonable idea? I don't think so. I think if you believe it's possible and you get the systems and the people in place that are experienced to do it, you can make it happen. And then over the next 4, 5, 6 years, how do you do that to $1 million? So there's a book called 0 to $1 million in 12 months that I'm probably going to start reading pretty soon here. So hopefully that'll help. Also, oh my gosh, how do I not talk about this? I interviewed for, it's Mexican bingo, La Loteria. I had a little flavor there. La Loteria. My Duolingo is paying off here. Essentially, it's Mexican bingo, but they're making a game show version of it. So that's that. That's pretty neat. They said they are interviewing thousands of contestants. So as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, I mean, hey, hopefully you pick me, but wouldn't be surprised if you didn't. Because the interview was 5 minutes. Like, hi, how are you? And I'm like, great. And they're like, this is so great to meet you. And I'm like, you just asked my name. What happened? You're just catching a vibe, catching a feel, copping a feel on me real quick. So that was, it's an interesting, exciting thing. Unique at least. All right.
Peace up. A-Town down.
All right, we're running. Probably going to run about 3. Poppy's going to come with. Gonna run 3, come back, and then it's back and buys. So, gonna bang that out. And I don't know. Routine's a weird thing. I think not waking up early, getting after it, and having tried to wake up early the past few days, it's getting me out of my routine because I'm hitting that afternoon wall. Or maybe it's just the work, it's just research. So, I don't know. It's making me tired. So, gotta do that though. be outside. I do think that contributes to it too if you work from home.
Dude, you gotta get outside, man. Gotta get outside.
You really do that. Like makes all the difference. You forget that there's life going on out here. As weird as that sounds. You know, look at all these different lives people are caught up in. Thousands of people here on this beach. It's not even packed. Thinking about their friends, their work life, their problems. And you have yours too. So, don't play small. There's too many numbers out there. Don't play small. Send it if you're gonna send it. There you go. There is the stats. Run in the afternoon. Not as fun as running in the morning. So many more people. So many more people not paying attention. So many drivers not paying attention. I feel like I've harped on that enough though. It's almost like it comes with the territory. Something I've been stewing on lately is the fact that, at least for me and where I'm at in my life, and this is probably could be different from you in your life, doing the things that I want to do is becoming less about being able to do them or having the time to do them. It's having the time management to prioritize them. So it's almost as if it's more beneficial to, in your calendar, instead of just saying like work 9 to 5, every time block is the task you're meant to do that day, and then staying consistent with that task, like holding those boundaries to them. So even in creative pursuits, giving yourself an hour to do a single thing. I think it was Jerry Seinfeld who had 2 hour or an hour block, I think it was 2 hours, to just write comedy. And he was like, I can do nothing or I can write during this time. So I can sit there for 2 hours, but I can't do anything else. I think that might be a pretty helpful strategy moving forward. I'll let you know if I implement it. I forgot to document it, but I did just have dinner at a friend's house. That's what happens when you be living life. We're cramming right now. This is not an unfamiliar territory we're in, but we're cramming. We got to get to bed because we're early morning people now, but we need to have these questions finished. Ain't nothing new. You know, I've been thinking a lot, and here's something I'll say before I let you go. Here. I've been thinking about buying this program that's fairly expensive. It's $6,800. And I would only want to pay $5,000 for it. So just assuming that I would pay $5,000 for this program, but I'm also thinking there's so many layers in between of what I could buy that would be like $10, $50, $100, that would probably do a good amount of what this program would do, and I wouldn't spend that much. I would not have the structure, and I would also be in control of it. But there's something satisfying about being like, here's $5,000, now save my life, which I think I'm going to take the other approach and be like, I'm going to chip away. I'm going to learn as much as I can, do this on my own. So stay tuned to what investments I end up making. Most of them are going to be books. I think this upcoming week, I'm going to buy all the books that I think are going to help, plow through them, and then start implementing.